Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. U.S. debt ceiling and the 30% Bitcoin tax. SEC Ripple attorney moved to withdraw granted. Coinbase and the IRS, the Hinman emails. We ever going to see them? Well, we've got something for that. SEC FOIA request. You're going to want to know about it. XRP Ledger. Is it playing catch up? Ask We'd Say When from XRP Ledger Labs. Well, we'll find out. We got the IMF, Stellar and Ripple, Bank of America president, retail banking and digitization, and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, $1.18 trillion market cap for crypto. Market is up by 0.2%. Bitcoin, 26,800 plus. Ethereum, 1863 and change. Tether market cap is 83.1 billion plus. And we see XRP at 50 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, strong like bull. Up 12.8% on the 7-day, ladies and gentlemen. And now take a look at this. Now, if you have not done it, I've been telling you, we've opened the door to Digital Perspectives Mastermind Group. Now, we all know that there are a lot of issues going on across the economy and different sectors of industries, investments. And I tell you, there's no better time to create wealth than right now. This is the learning curve that you're looking for. You can't keep up with everything. We've got portfolio creation, investor checklists, private groups, courses and lessons, private full access weekly live streams, an incredible community that does critical thinking. And I'm telling you, the community inside of this group is what makes it a mastermind, and some very, very special opportunities coming as well. Make sure you click the link, get yourself into that group, 3-day free trial. Join the group, and I tell you, you're going to find out, you make the investment into yourself, you're going to come out the other side of this the way you want to be. That's what we're going to give you. We're going to give you the tools and the access to what you need so you can get the goals accomplished you need to accomplish. Join that group, make the investment in yourself. It will close very soon. All right, let's get started. U.S. debt ceiling blocks 30% Bitcoin mining tax, and this is something we've been waiting to hear about, and I don't know that this is over. I don't think this is the last time you see them swing at the proof of work side of crypto. Very quickly, I want to say, I believe that, the SEC obviously suing Ripple is over that technology and how it came to be. Once we have that legal clarity, I think you're going to see proof of stake be sued. And we already see hints of that through the Qcoin case suggesting that Ethereum is in fact a security, which is now proof of stake. I would not be surprised to see someone go after Bitcoin over such an issue as well, because it's proof of work. And then once we have legal clarity on all three of these different types of technology and any other that are differently done and performed differently, then I think you could find legal clarity through those legal decisions and rulings, and then each project would then know what bucket they would fall into, whether you're a security or not, or some other designation. I think that's where we're going. And then we get that legal clarity over the next couple years, then I think you're going to see legislation written around that legal clarity. We'll see. We'll see if it comes together like that or not. Nevertheless, this is a quick little update for the SEC versus Ripple. There was an attorney, Kylie Kim, who is moved to withdraw as counsel to Ripple Labs, and that motion was granted. So obviously she's moving on to something else. Nothing major there, but you need to know about it. We all want to know all the details. Meanwhile, Coinbase gets bad news from the court. According to the recent court ruling, the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, is allowed to access sensitive data Coinbase users' profiles and their transactions and what have you. And I have all of that actually right here in this as well. But I want to talk about this first because I read the other article. We don't need to go over it. But this here is something that's been popping up, and I've been getting quite a few questions about this. The question that I've been getting really is addressed in this article too. The judge has unsealed the Hinman emails. The big question has been, what if both sides, the SEC and Ripple, agree on a settlement and decide not to reveal the Hinman emails even though they've been unsealed? Well, that gets cleared up here because inside of this, notably, Judge Torres' decision to deny the SEC's motion to seal the Hinman emails and drafts related to Hinman's 2018 cryptocurrency speech generated considerable buzz within the XRP community. The court ruling had it that the draft of the Hinman speech were scheduled for publicizing on June 13th. But despite this ruling, some XRP enthusiasts had speculated that a settlement between Ripple and the SEC might not define the release of these documents. Meanwhile, in a recent tweet, Mr. Hubert stated that John Deaton suggested Coinbase will request Hinman emails in its fight with the U.S. SEC. Based on that suggestion, Hubert opined that Coinbase might be unwilling to get involved in anything connected to the Hinman emails. Many other third parties that are interested in the case have also filed for motions to access the Hinman documents. This was expected given the fact that XRP investors all over the world have been affected ever since the SEC had initiated this lawsuit. Whether or not the court will order the SEC to reveal the contents in the coming months is still to be determined, but it should only be a matter of time at this point. And that's really what we're talking about here. Whether it's this case or some other case, these Hinman emails are coming to light. They've been unsealed. It's a part of the judge's ruling. So look out, everybody. One way or another, we're going to get to see them, and I can't wait. Meanwhile, just to show you how incredible this community is, shout out to Ashley Prosper, who has multiple FOIA requests out. This one here being reported on, the SEC FOIA office has responded to my May 10th, 2023 FOIA request regarding the digital asset registration form that Gary Gensler keeps telling people to come in and register on. It does not exist. They claim registration can be done on existing forms S1, F1, and 10, none of which are applicable to this asset class. Curious, it only took them 21 days to respond to this FOIA request, but the JP Morgan FOIA is on month 8 with no end in sight unless I file a claim against the SEC. As always, Ashley Prosper, we appreciate all that you do and are doing. No doubt, we'll keep you up to date on any motion on that. Meanwhile, let's take a quick look at this. Shout out to Weedsay Wen, who gave us a nice little video for XRP Las Vegas. And I tell you something, we're going to be reaching out to Weedsay. I have some ideas about learning about the XRP ledger that only XRP Ledger Labs can help with. He says here, why is it always that Ethereum and EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine ecosystems, coming up with new cool features and ideas? And why is the XRP ledger always playing catch up? Because of smart contracts, he says. You don't have to change the entire blockchain protocol. You get a blank canvas, come up with new feature, and build on it. He says, I've been around in the XRP ledger community or ecosystem, long enough to be certain it's not because of the lack of brains and creativity by XRP ledger developers. It's insanely hard to write core XRP ledger code. Even harder to get your idea merged by XRP ledger X developers. Close to impossible to get it voted on. So, how can XRP ledger protocol change lead instead of play catch up with the latest crypto DeFi fad and retail features? By giving XRP ledger protocol developers a blank canvas for their ideas and creativity as well. And at XRP Ledger Labs, we've built just that. It's called hooks, ladies and gentlemen. With hooks, developers can add their own logic and state to accounts on XRP ledger protocol chains with hooks enabled. Better key management, compliant features, enterprise features, games, automation, limited signing delegation, one implementation to rule them all. Almost a half a year ago, we published a blog about hooks. Hooks aren't just an idea. The technology exists today on our Hook v3 testnet. The hooks amendment is coming. We just finished a full hook security audit report published soon. Well, look, first of all, thank you to we'd say Wen and the team. But what I'm excited about here is what I think he's getting at, and I don't want to speak for anyone, but it speaks to interoperability and the fact that hooks is about to come out of the test net to the ledger. Watch out. Because if smart contracts are the answer, then hooks is about to open the door. And it's about to open the door for interoperability and functionality in a way that we have not seen yet. And that, I believe, among other things, is going to cause a massive explosion of adoption and use and building inside of this ecosystem. It is clear to see that it is close to coming. Here we go right here. Take a look at this. The IMF says Stellar and Ripple using stablecoins for cross-border payments. Wholesale CBDCs bridged by a neutral technology reduces counterparty risk for financial institutions. Well, that's funny because we know that Ripple and XRP are being piloted in multiple CBDC pilots right now. We know Stellar has something going in the works too. Let's take a look really quickly here. This goes back just to November 2022 right here, multi-currency exchange and contracting platform. We move forward here. You can see there have been many public and private sector innovations and initiatives to improve cross-border payments. Standardizing messaging allowed correspondence banking to be faster and safer. Netting and settlement has been improved for some currencies. Regional payment platforms have been developed, and experimentation in interlinking domestic payment systems is also ongoing. Payment providers have also been developing new services. Solutions that leverage stablecoins for fast and inexpensive cross-border payments have also grown recently. For example, Stellar and Ripple. Come on in. Yeah. Shout out to Matthew Linai, who's an original OG in this space. Then we hear this. Bank of America's president of retail banking. Digitalization is core to Bank of America's success. Oh my, take a listen.
We will continue to invest in digital. We'll continue to get better. We'll continue to listen to our clients to give them what they need. But I believe digital is a core way we deliver at scale to 68 million clients. We've got, again, great digital adoption and great digital adoption through all the demographics, which is really important. You know, low income, affluent, across the generational demographics. And we watch that really closely. We adapt to what our clients are telling us they want and need. Digital is core to our strategy. So digital and physical and the integration of that is our strategy on the ground.
Are you focusing on digital channels, and how much are you addressing the growing needs in this area, particularly with competition from fintechs and all these apps that are, you know, making payments and banking kind of at your fingertips?
Coming out of the pandemic, digital really, it was accelerated. We had great digital adoption pre-pandemic and even better coming out of the pandemic, because I think people who were, shying away from digital pre-pandemic, it became a necessity. So it was a great accelerator for us.
It is a great accelerator for them. And if you remember, back in swell of 2022, just about 5 months ago here, we had a report from Nick Burafato from Link2 who told us he talked to Brad Garlinghouse himself. And listen to what he said about Bank of America.
First thing is, I met with Brad Garlinghouse face-to-face, and Brad was so confident. He's got an air of confidence about him that's unbelievable. I met Brad first in 2019 back in Singapore, and he's even more confident today than he was back then. He made it clear that they're ready to settle with the SEC as long as they can get clarity on XRP. I asked him if American companies were waiting on the sidelines to jump in the game once clarity happens, and he said absolutely. And he specifically said Bank of America. Bank of America is a huge partner of Ripple, and he said Bank of America stands to gain really big when the settlement happens, because they're going to have a huge competitive advantage over their competitors by using ODL in the marketplace. So
And how about that? And I think he meant in there to say it when a decision comes, whether it's a settlement or decision, however that decision does come. But nevertheless, think about this. When it comes to, massive cross-border payments, JP Morgan is like the real gatekeeper there. Now, there's some other ones too, but it's few. And it's a small few that makes those payments for the rest of the banking system. So getting this ODL capability, digitization, as the president of retail banking for Bank of America says, is core to their Bank of America success. Well, I may be speculating, but I'm very excited to find out here if XRP and Ripple are a part of it. We know that there is a partnership there. How it will surface in real use case, I don't yet know. But I tell you, I bet Bank of America's got a plan and it's already figured out. And I bet they plan on doing their own cross-border without having to go through a JP Morgan to get it done. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.